Ryan Helsley of the St. Louis Cardinals joining us right now. And first off, Ryan, congrats on finishing up the 2023 season, dude. Good to see you. But, I like to carry the combos right into our guests that are on with us frequently. So, dude, I don't know if you heard, but we're going over some ticket prices. I mean, it's a couple $100 or more to just get into Phillies Marlins tonight. But are you surprised when you hear Blue Jays Twins? You can get in the building in the Section 300s for single-digit dollars. That's cool to be able to afford it. But also for me, personally, I'm a little bit embarrassed as a sport where that wouldn't happen in basketball and football.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, $9. I feel like the fans got to take advantage of that. I mean, like you said, you'd think playoffs, the ticket prices would be astronomical. So hopefully they're just trying to fill that place up and create a better environment for the game.
All right, I got another on the playoff front. So when the bracket comes out, okay, and I looked at the times, I was so excited because they have done this in the past. I was like, here we go. We're going to get a 1 o'clock, a 3:30, a 6, and an 8:30, something like that, right? Because we can go on 2.5-ish hour intervals. Yeah, if one's kind of finishing up or an extras, okay. But we could be like March Madness for 2-3 days. And we're not getting that. Do you wish that it was that way versus 2 games at the same time, essentially, 2 games at the same time, essentially, for your viewing experience, because you're a baseball fan?
Yeah, it would be nice, to get to watch majority of all the games instead of having to pick one. I don't know what the reasoning is behind that, but it would be nice, to get to catch, because it's the best time of the year for baseball. So to be able to catch majority of the games, I think would be better.
Which one are you catching? Which one are you most interested of the 4 series? Do you want to watch?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't even know who's playing who, to be quite honest with you. I kind of checked out there for a little bit the last couple of days. I don't know. I mean, I think there's going to be some great matchups. I think Texas and the Rays, I know quite a few guys on both those teams, so I might be tuning into that one.
Okay, so then since you don't know who's going to win the World Series,
I feel like it's so hard to pick against Atlanta, man. They've just clicked on all cylinders from day one. I think I think you can never count the Rays out. Their pitching is always great, and they started the year out winning 20-something games. So if they catch fire like that again, I mean, once you get in the playoffs, you never know what's going to happen. So, I mean, you just got to get in, and I think that's what makes it so exciting.
So, okay, do you root for a team? Because I remember when I was playing, I didn't really root for teams. I kind of rooted for players. Do you root for a team because you're still playing, or do you root for players or do you root for organization? I mean, how do you go about watching this without just, because sometimes you get annoyed. You're like, damn it, I don't want that team to win because I don't like that dude. I don't want him to get a ring, right? Or, oh, I'm really happy for this guy because he's going to get one. It's such a hard thing when you're still active.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to see Texas win. We got a couple guys that got traded over there, or Toronto. We had a couple guys go there too. Mostly just the guys that are with us in the clubhouse this year. Hopefully they can make a deep run. It'd be cool to see them get to play in the World Series.
Did you send a text to Monty, Jordan Montgomery, your former teammate? Good luck, dude.
No,
go get him.
Yeah, I haven't yet. He's been pitching great. I've talked to Stratton a little more than him. Talked to Hicks a little bit. But he's been pitching great. They got a great staff down there, and they got a great offense too. I think Texas could be a sleeper to win it too.
By the way, if you text Monty, would he respond with who is this? Because after we had him on the other day, there was a couple questions. I think he didn't remember Kratz. I mean, it was.
He remembered.
There was a couple times where he's like, "Wait, who am I talking to again?"
Stop it. No, he should. He's pretty cool about it. He should remember.
Okay, all right. Just
Dude, Monty's a gem.
Oh, he was unbelievable.
By the way, you missed this, AJ, but we had Ryan Klesko on the other day. I'm just gonna say it, Kratz.
Oh yeah,
he thought Kratz was AJ a couple times,
which is unbelievable because I've known Klesko forever.
Yeah, well,
and when I was at the Braves, he would see me every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there was a lot going on with Klesko. He was on for PG. He was in a car. He had these big glasses on, and he was like, "Yeah, AJ, when we were hitting home runs and stuff like that, and AJ," and then you hear in the background, you hear, "Turn left at the stop sign." It was a lot going on. He's holding on. He's holding on to the crap bar too. He's holding on as tight as he can. I assume his wife is driving. It was There's a lot going on. So I appreciate that we look alike.
Yeah.
Totally.
Ryan, do you have a teammate who is most likely to mess up someone's name?
That currently plays with me, or
either one?
Either
one. Mess up a teammate's name? I don't
anybody
know.
like in the org where he's like, "Yo, what's up, Bob?" And it's like, "Yo, that's not Bob, that's Mike."
Yeah, there's actually a funny story. He might get mad that I say this, but when Arenado came over in 21, he was calling one of our clubbies the wrong name for like half the year, and that was pretty hilarious because I just found out about that like a month ago.
What was he calling him? Was it close?
I don't remember. I wish I did remember, but I don't remember what he was calling him. It was not his name, and the guy just ran with it. And he's like, "How am I going to say something knowing Arenado?" You know, he just knew that's what he called him. So
you guys should have said. No one like stopped Arenado or told the clubby eventually. Like, dude, just go up to him and be like, "Yo, Nolan, you're the man, but it's Mike, not John."
No, they did. It didn't go on for very long, but when he first got there, he was calling him, something else, and they're like, "Dude, that's not his name." And then he felt terrible, obviously, and he was like, "My bad." And the clubby just laughed about it. He's like, "It's all good." So
there's a way to fix that extra.
Well, a lot of the teams have the clubhouse names on the shirt now. Especially in the visiting clubhouse, they have like Tampa. You go to Tampa, they have the name on the shirt.
Yeah, visiting. No.
So we used to have, when I had Juan Uribe, we had Juan Uribe and Octavio Dotel on the team. Nick Swisher calls them both on the bus one night to the front. He goes, "We're going to play a game. Name that teammate."
Yep.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen because they didn't know any of them. And Uribe had been with us for like 4 or 5 years at this point.
Yep.
And Dotel was new, but they're like, "Uribe, who's that?" And he's like, he only knew numbers. He's like, "That's 42." And we're like, "What?" And he's like, like Mark Burley. He's like, "Bailey, that's Bailey."
How did he address anyone on the team? Like if he had to say something.
Poppy.
Okay, but you say Poppy, half the freaking clubhouse looks up, no?
That's why it was so funny. And then you got Dotel who didn't know anybody. I mean, like Canerco, he'd be like, "That's King. Because he couldn't say Canerco. King.
Oh, well, that's different. He couldn't say the name, but did he know?
No, but then there was literally
guys where he didn't know.
We went guy by guy, and there was 25 guys. There was about 10. He's like, both of them. No idea what their names are.
Wow.
It was great.
You know everybody's name, right, Ryan?
On the team? Or the clubhouse?
Or beyond that, in the org, everywhere.
No,
everybody, if we played that game with the Cardinals organization, would you be good?
Yeah, I definitely try to know everybody's name, have more of a personal relationship and knowing them and, just treating them like a normal human being. We're just normal guys like them. And I feel like it's important to, build that relationship because they help everything go smoothly too. So I think it's important to know everybody's name.
So one name that unfortunately you're not going to be able to address as much starting next year is Adam Wainwright. So what was that like for you? We had Waino on yesterday for a while, and we went over his experience. What about from your experience? Like, you've been on the team for several years. You've been around Waino. Like, did you get emotional? Did you shed a tear? Did you just have a lot of fun with it? Were you one of the guys that told him to get kicked out of the game, like Joey Votto style? Because he said some teammates came up to him and said that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many emotions. Obviously, no one coming into this year, he knew it was going to be his last year, and he didn't have the year he wanted to, obviously. And, everybody wanted him to get to 200 wins really bad, and all thankful that he was able to do that and, pitch through some pain, obviously. And I think the moment that got me the most was when probably the same one that got him, I think he talked about it, was when Yachty and Albert walked out because nobody knew Yachty was coming. And the crowd just erupted. It was a pretty cool feeling just to be there and to be able to share that moment with everybody there. And you know how much they meant to each other, and they played together their whole careers, and that was a really special moment to be a part of.
Was there anybody that was like, "I'm not going to this ceremony. I don't really know Wainwright. I don't need to go"?
No, you probably get kicked off the team if you just said something like that. You might not ever show up in Busch Stadium ever again.
Somebody's looking to get traded, maybe?
Yeah, if you don't want to be in St. Louis, you might do something like that.
That's really cool.
I think that was after he won his 200th game. Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I'm just happy again because he would have been Mr. 199.
I know, you would have been all over him because
buried him.
Yeah. Well, and you have actually the unique connection, Ryan, where you've spent a decent amount of time now this year talking to the guy sitting next to me, and you've been around Wayno a lot. Those two are back at it together as the dynamic duo with Adam and me calling the playoff series coming up. So any advice for AJ based on Wayno this year? Anything? Because AJ was so pumped, I mean, jokingly, but to call him Mr. 199, and then he pulled off 200, and Wayno told him yesterday, like, oh, Mr. 200 sounds good. You can call me that. So you got any juice for AJ to spit back at Wayno coming up this weekend?
I mean, if you're into fantasy football, you can definitely talk some smack about it. That'll get under his skin. He's crazy about fantasy football or any golf stuff. He takes that pretty seriously too. Other than that, that's about it. I think you guys are going to kill it. I'm excited to listen to him talk. 'Cause I know he's been excited about doing it when he did it. Maybe it was last year or the year before, whenever he did it. But he's talked about it a good bit about how he's looking forward to that and how he just loves the game of baseball, and he can't wait to move on to the next chapter.
Anybody?
Yeah, we've done it. Go ahead, Kratzy.
Oh,
no, I was gonna say we've done it twice now together. This will be our third time, Ryan. So he's a grizzled veteran at this point of the broadcasting booth. Okay.
And now he's a former player.
Now he's a former player,
go.
so now he can really open up and tell all those juicy stories about all of you guys. So watch out. I'm gonna be like, hey, you got any Ryan Helsley stories you can tell us about?
He'll probably have something he wants to share. Who knows? That guy's got
Hey, what do you ever hear at the end of the season? You ever hear, oh, yeah, now I get to pick my own friends. You ever hear that in the clubhouse?
No, but I mean, it was weird this year. Every year I've been in the big leagues, we've made the playoffs, and this was the first year we knew when our season was going to end. And an hour after the game, the clubhouse was empty. It was pretty surreal, to just have it end so abruptly. Even though we knew it was coming, it's still not a good feeling, to know that it's over, and you only have so much time in this game, and trying to be the best you can be every day. So a little bittersweet, but on the silver lining of things, get to spend some time with family, and hopefully get after this offseason and maybe get back in the postseason next year.
We said maybe. Do you guys have the team, or do you guys need a lot of additions to get back to the postseason? And what do you need to do in the offseason to help your team get back to the postseason, or for you to have a better year than you did this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird year. We started out, winning a couple games and losing a few games. It was just we could never get on the right foot or the right path. And we have a lot of guys that have pitched in the postseason, played in the postseason, and so I think we have some experience there. But I definitely think we're gonna have to add something to it. That's above my pay grade. I don't really know what they see wanting to add, but yeah, just myself, I think just being healthy, being out there and being available for the team, and helping get outs whenever they need me, I think is something I need to be available for. And glad I was able to come back the last month and pitch well down the stretch, and go into the offseason feeling good.
Hey Ryan, two things. One, we just showed video of you pitching. Man, for a guy that throws 102, you throw a lot of damn sliders. But that's besides the point. A lot of strikeouts on those sliders.
Welcome to 2023.
I mean, dude, he throws like one, it's 103, and then it's like, wee. Okay, whatever works, but that's okay. What do you do the first, let's say, 2 weeks of the offseason? Do you decompress? Do you not talk about baseball? Do you watch? Because when I was playing, I watched every playoff game, like I said. But, I mean, a lot of guys just get away, don't want to know what's happening. Do you just go away, spend time with the family? What's your routine like for the offseason?
I'm sure I'll watch more this year just because we had so many guys get traded away, and you're rooting for them. And, like out in Arizona, Gallen, I was pretty good friends with him in the minor leagues. And, this is their first playoff appearance in I don't know how long, but, he's had a great year. So it'll be fun to watch him compete too in the playoffs. I think for the first time, I might be wrong, but it'll be cool to see him out there and that young team go at it. And yeah, just for me, I like to hunt and fish. I like to kind of get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. So I like to go home and, get out in the woods and just kind of live life and decompress. And, I'll start working out relatively soon. I like to work out. I like being in the gym. So I'll probably start doing some stuff next week and just take this week off and get back in there next week. But throwing wise, I'll probably take a few weeks off and, pick back up in November.
So Ryan, some people will say, I don't have any regrets about anything in the past because I'm good where I'm at right now. Sure. But at the same time, obviously you wish you were playing playoff baseball. So is there one moment that if you could switch it around from this past season, you would? Like one game that sticks out where you're like, damn, we had that game and we got got screwed on a call, or we just lost on a bad bounce, whatever, or one moment in the season. If you just think back, I'm giving you the option to just like turn around a little bit of fate. What would you do?
There was a stretch. I forgot when it was. We swept Boston and then beat LA at home like 3 out of 4 or something. I felt like that was all right. We're going to start rolling, but for whatever reason, we didn't, and obviously I got hurt in early June, and we played a little under 500 baseball the rest of the year. I think early on though, like first season against Toronto, it might have been the opening game of the year. We ended up losing the game, but it was like 11-9 or 11-10. Just a crazy game, and early on we just got beat by a lot of balls that found the hole, and it was just tough. I felt like losing those games just kind of deflates your team, and being in the back end of the bullpen, you just feel like it's, all on your shoulders when you lose the game, obviously. And there's just moments early in the season where, where it's the 7th, 8th, or 9th, we lost some close games that maybe could have propelled us and got us moving. But for whatever reason, we didn't do it.
Do you go, Cubs, because they were a rival and they were in it to the finish and they collapsed? Like, right now,
you can't really ask him this because as a player, he's going to give you. But listen, if he wants to continue, but if he wants to continue to be a Cardinal for a long time, he's got to say yes. Because if he says no, I was really rooting for him, they're going to be like, "Yep, you're getting traded to Oakland."
Here, I'll rephrase it. Okay, you're not paying attention to the Cubs situation because you're focused on yourself and the Cardinals. I'm just saying, like, I'm going to paint the scenario, okay? And Waino comes into the clubhouse and goes, "No shit. The Cubs just blew it, and they're out of the freaking postseason picture. After all that, they were comfortably in a spot going after the NL Central Division." Like, where would your happiness meter be? Like, if it's right here, right? It's just like you're just chilling. Like, does it go like this a little bit? Does it go like that? Like, where are we here?
Yeah, I honestly didn't know what their deal was. I knew they were winning, and then I saw a stat, I think when they were in Miami, or no, Atlanta, that they had lost like 12 out of 17 or something down the stretch, and they had a good lineup and a good team, and they didn't make really any moves at the trade deadline because they felt like they had a chance to push for it, and just to see them. I mean, that's part of baseball. You've all been around baseball, and you just never know. It's day by day, and to see them kind of do that, I mean, they could say the same thing about us this year. At the beginning of the season, we were probably picked to win the division and make a playoff run, but here we are.
Yeah, the Cubs rivalry. You hate the Cubs. It's okay. You don't do anything. Don't say a word if you don't like the Cubs. I understand. Yep, that's great. Would you rather, if you knew the end of the season this year, would you rather have had the Cardinals' path or the Cubs' path? Knowing you weren't going to make it, would you rather be super close or would you rather be where you guys were?
I don't know. I've never really thought about it that way. I mean, I feel like we've always played. I heard Waino say it before in like his 18 years or whatever. This was like the earliest he's not played meaningful games, which was like, mid-September, I think. Out of all the years, this was the only year, like maybe down to like the last day that they weren't playing meaningful games. So I think, in that aspect that they were playing meaningful games right down to the end, that means a lot of guys probably would have had better seasons. So yeah, I'll probably say the Cubs, in it to the very end. Like obviously that heart breaks a little more, thinking you're going to have a chance at the playoffs, and all of a sudden the wheels kind of fall off, so to speak, and it just didn't go their way.
Give me one thing this offseason that you're looking forward to doing. It could be something that you got on the calendar, because I know the guys will start to plan like the precious moments that you have where you're not committed to a schedule. So is there a trip or is there just like a situation at home? Like, hey, I can't wait to binge watch a series.
Honestly, yeah, just spending time with my daughter. We miss a lot of family time, on the road and traveling a lot during the season. So just getting to spend time with her and, just going through everyday life with her and my wife. I think that's going to be fun. Yeah, we're going to take a trip to Colorado at some point. I think we're going to go up in the mountains, just hang out for like 4 or 5 days and just kind of kick back and relax and decompress a little bit. So that'll be fun as well.
Hey, Ryan, does your wife – oh, sorry, Kratz. I was going to say, does your wife, when you got done with the season, was she just like here? Like this? She was just like here and just dropped your baby and was like, now it's your turn. Out the door.
Yeah, basically. She's like, I'll handle it during the season, for 8 months, but the off season's mine. You're getting up and helping her if she needs something in the middle of the night. So it's my turn now.
She's like, girls trip to Miami. Let's go. Ryan's got the baby.
Hey, last night Wayno posted on Twitter that he was watching Field of Dreams as like the first night after he quit playing, retired, quit, whatever it is. But you think that was a good move by him or is it a bad move? He posed the question to Twitter. Should he have watched that movie right away, or is it like, he's coming out of the corn now? He's not the one hitting the ground balls.
This might be like a baseball sim, but I've never actually even watched that movie, so I don't know really what goes on there. So I don't really know how to answer that question.
Okay. Next question.
Okay, Ryan, they make fun of me for not seeing The Sandlot, so don't feel bad. They make fun of me for I've never seen The Sandlot.
We're good on The Sandlot.
Yeah, I've never seen that one, so they make fun of me all the time. Don't worry.
Now it's just a thing for you, AJ. Now it's just a thing that you've never seen it. Like, you've seen every other baseball movie.
Now I just refuse to watch it.
What were the Field of Dreams games, though? You had the White Sox and
Yankees.
Yankees.
Tim Anderson.
And then the second, there was
that
one
was the
other.
Apex.
Reds, Cubs.
Oh, well, Cubs. It was Cubs.
It was Cubs, Reds.
So Cardinals. I was gonna say, so you're off the hook for now. But when Field of Dreams does come back, if you guys are in it, are you gonna watch it before or whatever? You're just gonna play.
Yeah, I feel like I have to now. I can't go there and not know what's going on. So
put it on your list for this offseason. Long toss. I want to know, who do you throw with? Who the heck out in Oklahoma is like, yeah, you throw 105. I'll get back there.
So my first 7 off seasons, I worked out at home by myself, and my pitching coach was the head coach at my D2. So I would actually play catch with him every day, just because kids are in class all day, and I really had nobody else to play catch with. So he would actually play catch with me, but he got a different job. He moved on, and so I don't really know anybody there anymore. So I've actually worked out at the University of Arkansas last year, where there's a few guys that play pro ball, and that was a great setup. They have great facilities, and that was an awesome experience last year.
That's cool. Yeah, you got to go to school. All right. What?
I don't.
No, I'm saying he's got to find people to throw with. He's a big league.
Yeah, but it's not just like you finding something.
He can go to his local high school and be like, "Hey, dude, we catch this bully real quick."
He can't.
No, he can't.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
it takes a little work. It's a real job.
He would break
all right,
somebody.
So let's finish with this, Ryan. We've been waiting to play with you since the season ended here. Didn't want to bother you during the season. Have you played Immaculate Grid?
No, never. I've seen it, but I'm the worst with names, so I'm going to be terrible at it.
Perfect.
Can't wait.
All right, great. We're about to do it.
Here we go. We got a few minutes. Ready? Right, here's the good news, though. I love that. It's like, hey, have you ever played? Nope, and I'm terrible. Perfect. Well, welcome. Ryan, here's the good news, though. This is a great way to play the game because you've got some friends to help you. And it's not just us two. Sometimes we'll get the Foul Territory live chat going at the same time, and they'll throw some names at us. So the way we like to do this is, and we're going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We'll let you look at the columns first. So it's Astros at the top, 300 career hitter for batting and 500 plus career home runs, and then the left column's Braves, Dodgers, Yankees. You got to crisscross them and find some players, and you tell us some names, and you don't have to worry about if it's super rare or not. Like, we want to hear if you've got guys. We'll try and stop you if it's someone that we think is wrong, and then if you're like, yo, I need help on most of these, then we're here for you.
Yeah, I might need help. All right, the first one, I know Will Smith, right? The lefty reliever, the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Astros and Braves.
All right,
that's a good start, and we start the clock here. We know that's a
which
dub.
one, though?
Oh, pick the right Will Smith.
No, yeah.
Bottom one. Ryan, bottom left.
Yankees, Astros.
Ooh. Yankees, Astros. You know,
good job, Ryan. You're so good at this already.
Fill it in. Help me out.
Look at the screen. Look at the screen.
He already said it.
Kratz. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
There we go.
Point
one.
one.
Look at you. Point one.
That is fantastic.
Look at that beard.
LA and Houston.
Now, technically, I'm a career 300 hitter with the Yankees, but I don't think that's what they mean.
LA and Houston, those teams love each other.
Yeah.
I have no idea, honestly. 300 career average. 500 homers. That's would A-Rod work for that one?
Yeah, he would.
A-Rod would.
Scott refuses to put him on the screen, though.
Me? Not me.
AJ has a boy crush on A-Rod.
Oh, I love him.
Love
It's a high percentage, but it doesn't
That's
matter.
okay. I mean, there's not many choices. 500
Yeah,
career
500
homers.
is tough.
A lot. 500 is a lot of
Let's
homers.
run through that. You got a Dodger for us with 500?
I feel like I should, but I do not.
How about Eddie Murray?
Let's do it.
I was going to
Murray.
go Chef, but Murray's probably better.
14.
Are you guys good at
Those
this?
numbers are always
you
gonna be
guys
high.
got this down?
We're kind of mid at it.
Yeah, we're mid.
We've played with a lot of between Kratz and I, Ryan. We've played with a lot of like people, so we have a lot of
Yeah,
names that we can throw out there.
it's a vast network.
Yeah.
They're old. They played a while.
Does Freddie
Braves,
Freeman
500
count? Does he have 300 career average? LA? I don't know. He's got to be close, right?
Who?
He definitely does.
Freddie Freeman?
Freeman's got a 300 career average. He has to.
Has to, right?
Okay, Freddie Freeman.
Let's try it. If we're wrong, we're wrong. But if it's wrong, we'll blame Freddie. Oh yeah.
26.
Here, I'm going to give you
Playing
one.
Freddie.
I'm going to give here, Ryan. I'm going to give you one just because it's funny. Will Omen, 300 career average, Braves.
Okay.
Do you have to qualify?
Will-
or no?
Will Omen.
We'll put that out on Twitter, I think.
That's exactly why I'm using
Yeah.
it. Look, 0.04%.
There we go.
Will, you're a legend.
It was
That
like
a
1 for
good
3 or
record.
something. No, they changed it because after all the complaining I did, they changed
Yep.
all the
Yep.
things. Now, Yankees 300 career average, I don't know.
Was
Jake Bauers.
Was Jeter 300?
Jake Powers.
Yes, he was.
Jeter did. Yeah, I think he was like 309.
Yes, Jeter,
I
yes.
think he finished.
All right, so
That's
put
going to
the
be like
classic up
that's
there.
going to be like 78%.
That's all right. Jeter would want to be up there with
Yeah.
A-Rod. So
Yeah, next to each other. And Kratz.
Let's put Jeter. Yeah.
Oh,
Scratch Jeter, A-Rod.
this is how it works.
39%.
Kratz, Jeter, A-Rod. Just Yankee legends.
Legends. All right. LA and
Oh.
Houston.
All right, we have some suggestions. Yeah,
All
for
right.
LA Houston. I'll give you a couple suggestions. Kenny in the chat said Jake Marisnick, and Jackson in the chat said Zach Greinke.
I like Jake Marisnick. I feel like that one's going to be low.
Jake Marisnick.
White Sox great too.
2%.
Oh, and a White
Nice.
Sox hat.
Nice.
In a White Sox hat. Look
Good
at him
hit.
go.
Good
Look at
hit.
the hair
All right,
on
we
me
got a
and
buck
the
and a
hair on
half.
him.
We've been moving.
500 for Atlanta.
I mean,
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron, Eddie
Hank
Mack.
Aaron. Yeah.
Which one you want?
Might as well. Yeah.
Hank
let's
Aaron's
block it
so
in. Let's
common. You
continue.
want
I mean, who
Let's
else?
just-
Is there like a random Sheffield? Chef
Chef?
was a Brave.
Let's try to get a low one.
Chef? Okay.
Chef
Let's go
Chef was every one of those teams.
True.
You're right. He was.
Chef also has on
Not
his
the
golf
Astros,
bag
but the Braves.
511 homers. Just
Does
for
he
some-
really?
whatever his
Does he?
number is. Mhm.
Good for
I'm
him.
going to get
Just
my
says
golf
511
bag.
homers.
AJ, buy me a golf bag that says 31 career home runs.
No, they asked me if I wanted that on my golf bag, and I was like, yeah, no.
When Ryan Helsley retires in 10 years, we're going to send him a golf bag. And
That
it's
has the
gonna
number of
say
saves he has.
480 saves or some shit.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
That'd be sick.
All right, Ryan, did you enjoy that? That wasn't that
Yeah,
bad,
that
right?
was good. I need to practice.
good
a
at
bit,
it.
though.
Yeah, you were bad at all. You nailed it.
Yeah, you did well. You did, hey, we've played. We're starting to do this with a lot of the players to play along on Immaculate Grid. You are by far not the worst. Let's put it
Okay,
that
that's
way.
good. I'll take that.
We've
Yeah,
had
you
some
knew
guys.
you knew your teammates and ex-teammates' names, so
Yes.
you were ahead of the game.
Exactly.
Somebody thought the Immaculate Grid was printed out somewhere. Was that at the Mets Stadium? They would
It
print
is
they would print it out
at
on
Mets.
paper.
Oh, that was Rowdy. Rowdy told us that.
Rowdy
That is
said
the
that.
Mets printed out. Did you play at Citi Field this year? Were you?
I
Were you
was
hurt
I
or
was
were you
hurt when they
playing?
went. I
You
was
were
hurt.
hurt. Okay.
Ah, dang it.
Well, look out for it next year. I know it's really important to you, but apparently the Mets printed out on something called paper, and they handed out to the players.
The pterodactyl
Another question.
flew it in.
Yes, exactly. Well, Ryan, dude, great catching up with you.
Yep.
Enjoy the off season. We'll catch you a little bit later on in the off season, and relax, kick back, and good luck to your boy Monty tonight.
Sounds good. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.